got my spots are all messed up now. I gotta make a new.
We
gotta make
are
a new
live,
spot.
boys.
Oh, we live, Shun.
Gotta make a new spot.
We live, Shun.
We got the great Mickey Gall. It's Gerard Michaels back from a weekend in Nashville.
We've
Still
had a little
recovering.
hiatus, bro.
Little hiatus.
Little slight high tie.
Little slight, but hey, people keep asking about the 100 podcasts in 100 days. It's coming very, very soon.
We gotta stop talking about it till
It's
we
coming
gotta
very,
fucking
very
do it.
soon.
Like,
Yeah, the other
we've
one
been talking about this.
Oh, the other one that's
We gotta
pissing
do
people
it.
off is when the hell are the episodes getting on Spotify and Apple?
Bro, that's been pissing me
Kidding,
off.
It's kidding. And I got to be honest with you, it's frustrating me as well.
Yeah.
But very, very soon.
Yeah, right. You keep saying that. But, like, no one's believing everyone. It's the boy who cried wolf, dude.
Oh, shit. Yeah. You know what? I don't know. Just assume they're not there. And then this way, one day when they're there, it'll be like, oh,
Just
my
go,
God.
yeah, just
Oh,
go
what
to,
a great day.
Go to YouTube. They're at least there now.
What a
Right?
great – speaking of great days, a new day is upon
Mm-hmm.
us. The greatest of great days. You made a huge announcement this week.
Yeah, bro. Making my return. Making
To
my
porn.
return. What'd you say?
To porn?
To porn? Nah, I've never. It would be my debut.
No, you had an OnlyFans, son. Don't
That
go
doesn't
lie.
mean I porned.
Don't go lying.
That doesn't
to
mean
the
I
peoples.
porned.
Huh?
That doesn't mean I porned.
Christian,
Don't
if
blaspheme.
somebody has an OnlyFans,
This is libelous behavior.
if somebody has an OF, what you thinking about that?
Porn.
Porn.
All right. Well, you guys are both wrong idiots. So what did I say about you guys?
He makes his
I'm
return
embarrassed
to
for
the
you.
hub.
Look, I'm going. Yeah, we're fighting. We are fighting June 1st, UFC 302 in Newark, New Jersey, Sean.
The
Newark,
prodigal
New Jersey.
son returns. 15 minutes from where you grew up. This is
Fucking
basically your backyard.
Yeah,
bro.
hometown, bro. We're gonna have thousands of people out there. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be a zoo. It's gonna be a freaking movie.
It's gonna be a movie. As soon as you posted that, my phone, I can't imagine your phone. My phone lit up like a Christmas tree. And I will tell you, I don't have answers for anybody. I don't like.
Yeah,
why are
they're asking
me?
you for tickets and
Like,
shit.
What do you want,
Dude, they're
what am
like
I
people
supposed to
asking
do?
me for tickets too. It's like I don't like. Or people almost every day are asking me for tickets or how they can be like a part of the UFC staff. And I'm like, I don't control the UFC. I just go in
Do
there.
they
and
need
fight.
parking attendants?
Yeah, like I'm like.
Can I
hey,
work a concession
You put a
stand?
word in for me with Dana. It's like, yeah. I'm gonna use my Dana chips on fucking like so. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, like let's be realistic here. And
Yeah.
no, like they'd be like, and people. It's only people I don't know at all.
Yeah.
That's the thing too. It's
Yeah.
only people who I've never met in
Yeah.
person. You know what I mean? It's like this is weird.
So-
But anyway, yeah, I'm excited about it. You're doing a good job of acting like you haven't known for a month. We had to keep it quiet.
Fourth wall break. Fourth wall break.
They wanted to. We keep it real here. That's kind of part of it where we say like I'm like 90% an open book. You're a whole open book.
I'm an open book.
Me, I'm like 90% open book. I like
high.
Yeah. I mean, if you're with me in person, I'm 100% open book.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
But like on the, you know what I mean? Like there's certain things, certain business entanglements, if you will. That I got to keep things, a little close to the vest. Plus, I value my privacy, Gerard.
I agree. I
You know what I
agree.
mean?
As somebody that doesn't, you should. It's
Yeah.
way better to value your privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody knows everything about me. It kind of sucks sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna live like a fucking clown.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But so back when I was playing in the minors, people thought like you got all the free tickets in the world. Like there was, first of all,
UFC gives you 4 free tickets.
so I was going to ask. So we used to get, for home games, we would get 4, and for road games, we would get 2. And then you can go around and ask your teammates, and this would be like our way to hit on chicks at the bar. It's like, yeah, bring your friends out. And then she'd hit you up the next day. It's like, I got 8 friends. Is that cool? And you're like, yeah. And then you're like,
you're like, yo,
who's
guys,
got tickets?
yeah,
All right, I owe you. Let me get some
Yeah.
tickets here,
Yeah.
But the tickets were like $6 anyway for the minors. Like, I don't understand. But
right, you might as well go buy them.
so I'm always interested to know, like,
You get 4, and they're good tickets. But I give them to like my mom, dad, and I have to give them to like 2 out of my 3 sisters. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's not like I'm like throwing tickets.
you pull the Joker.
But
break a
bro,
stick and you
everybody
say,
asks like, so how much
course.
is tickets? What's the thing?
Of
It's like,
course.
hey, I get it, man. From the beginning, like, that's as part of the MMA game. Christian, you had a couple amateur fights. Selling tickets is kind of the whole thing about it. If you want to get, Huh?
Yeah, I was trying to not sell tickets. I didn't want anybody.
Well, then
Really?
if you're not selling tickets, then the promotion is not going to give you.
right.
They're not going to give a shit about you.
Mm-hmm.
They're just there they want ticket sellers. They don't even care if you're that fucking good. They just want ticket sellers. You know what I mean?
It's just like comedy, man. Got in arguments with people about this because I don't give a shit. I got the show Thursday night at Sad Man that I run, and I'm like, bro, I can teach people to be funny. I can't teach people to be hungry. Like, you got to bring something to the room. And, like, God forbid you're, like, a bringer comic. It's like, if you can't get 2 couples to come watch you perform, I got some bad news for your career here, buddy. Like, I got some rough news for you.
Yeah.
So, like, I think sales, as much as it's a dirty word, it's a big part of it. And my favorite thing is when people act like they don't know how the internet works.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I just
Bro, I just
go to the site then, and
Yeah,
and I don't know, I click the tickets and yep.
And you know me, I'm a tech tard. I'm not a very technologically advanced person. So when they ask me, I send them either UFC.com or I'm like, I don't know, or I say IDK, Ticketmaster or something. Like I'm like, I don't fucking know.
They know.
I don't. Right.
Listen, people. Not only do you know, but now we're letting you know that we know that you know. Just at least have the cojones to step up to the plate and be like, "Can I get a free ticket?" If you just step up and be like,
right.
"Yo, can I get?"
Yeah, I would. You're actually right.
And
I
I'm
would like them to be like, "Yo, you got any free tickets?" And I'll quickly be like, "No."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I got 4, and they're spoken for.
If anything
Every
changes,
time
I'll let you know.
they're spoken for. You
Yeah,
know
but
what
now
I mean?
I don't think you're a tech tard. So it's like, you believe this fucking guy doesn't know how to. Am I really supposed to believe this guy doesn't know how to buy a ticket to something? Am I really? So I just go online.
Is
and
this how you live your life? You just like if you want to go to like a Joe Rogan concert, you're messaging him, or like if you want to go to a fucking Eminem concert, you're like just like hitting up M. Like
So,
you're like, yo, bro, like so where's the what's the deal with tickets?
Do I just buy a ticket?
Yo, Drake.
Or what?
Yo, Drake, what up? It's the 6. We love it. Hey, where we getting tickets at tonight? Where are we going after?
Imagine exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine it like doing that with anything else.
I will have an after party though. Come on, baby.
Let's
We're
go.
we gonna be
Let's
rolling
go.
deep. We're bringing the cavalry out.
Let's
we have
go.
some fun.
Oh.
But yeah, bro.
Over under on arrests for that evening, Chris. 3,
Oh,
3.
shit, fuck.
Over under on arrests for the Mickey G
I'm not going
after
to.
party.
Well, it could be
You might go
a. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's either going to be under or way over.
It's Well,
I don't think it's going to be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's either if something goes down, we're all going down with it.
Let's go.
But yeah, man, I'm excited. I dig the matchup. You know what I mean? The dude I'm fighting, Basso Hafez, a tough kid.
Mm-hmm.
Had his debut against Jack Della Maddalena, Della Maddalena, who's a real good fighter. He's in like the top like 5 or something. And if you watch that fight, Basso wins that fight. He wins the first 2 rounds just by wrestling Maddalena.
Mhm.
But he's not gonna do that to me.
JDM.
He can't do that to me. I'm not gonna. And look, here's another part where I can't be a complete open book because I got tactics. I live a warrior life. If you're going to war, you don't say exactly what you're gonna do. But I'm gonna tell you this: that's just not gonna work with me. It's a good matchup for me, especially from that standpoint. And I bet you he fights a little different because he fought a little scared to strike. I think with Maddalena.
Really?
So yeah, I think I can't get into too many specifics. But I think look, people are always like, so is he good? Yeah, motherfucker.
It's the UFC.
Is he tough? It's a UFC. Everybody's tough. Everybody's good.
Yeah.
And he came up on like the same regional scene. He's a tough guy. He's been around. It's a good matchup. It's a good fight. But I think it's a great one for me. And I'm just excited, bro. Look, June just can't get here soon enough. Bro.
It's gonna be quick.
Yeah.
2 years.
You got a problem
down
on
to
your
2
phone.
months, man. What
did it say? Too many people? Oh, you said tech-tard.
Oh shit!
Violation?
Violation. Your live is flagged for hate speech and hateful behaviors.
Damn it,
Wow.
Gerard! I knew it.
Joking, or are you totally
Wow.
Hey, you know what? I did that on purpose just so that I'd
Wow.
win. Don't
What?
they know who they're dealing with here? What the fuck?
Oh, we had 400 viewers. He did this on purpose because I was having more viewers.
Cap,
Look,
lying.
it had.
Lying.
Well,
I
now
don't
it
know.
doesn't, but
Yeah, exactly.
383.
All right, so a little exaggeration. That's all right. A
Oh,
little
I'm sorry.
hyperbole.
Is 383 not 400? Does that
No,
not
it's
count?
not. In a competition, you say the exact number. That's like when people say, like, I say, what time is it? And it's 1:44, and they're like, it's 2. No, it's not. It's 1:44. That's why we got minutes.
No, they tell you it's 1:44, so you get there by 2. So is this dead then? I don't know. Seems like we're still live. I don't know. Whatever. So let's get into this though, right? Because you haven't fought now in what, 2 years?
It'll be 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you're a completely different human being, let alone fighter, than you were 2 years ago. How do you feel coming into this thing?
I feel good, man, because I got the back surgery. I've had the past 4 years with a broken back.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't have a broken back, and I was out of the gym when I had the surgery for a couple months, but then I was right back in the gym. I've been in the gym. I've been working on what I can. I've been helping other guys, in the beginning. I think that was a good thing that I did was staying in the gym, So I was able to, I was able to grow in a lot of ways, always, whether mentally, physically, all that shit. And then I'm like unchained. I'm unlimited. I had limitations because of the fucking broken back.
Mm-hmm.
And now that's fixed, and I'm able to move in ways that would give me crazy pain. I'd have to avoid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now I could be free. I could be a wild man again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can be faster, stronger, all that shit.
Mm-hmm. You feel like this time around you're peaking, you're coming in. You're not a prospect, you're not a young kid. Now you're
right, man. I'm 32 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is your prime. This is your athletic prime now. I think it used to be like it used to be 27, 28. I think now 32, 33, 34.
In MMA fighters, especially around my weight class, it's probably about, like 32 to 36, 37.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 170 pounders, probably around that. You see some guys 38, 39 still rocking.
Yeah.
Matt Brown, Jim Miller 40, 41 still doing their thing at the highest level, you know what I mean? But yeah, this is I think where it really starts. You see like the lighter weight guys, they're more like, in like their late 20s, that's like the flyweights, that they're, more in their prime.
Mm-hmm.
I think cuz it's like a much more speed oriented.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here, and think, man, to get good at fighting, you got to be a master of 4 different disciplines. So, wrestling, boxing, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai / kickboxing.
Well, I'd say even 5. You gotta be able to condition your body, right? Like, so if you're
that all comes with it.
If you're a young guy, keeping yourself at 145 is going to be very difficult in your 30s. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'd have to be a naturally pretty small dude.
Yeah.
Your body just, whatever it fills out or whatever you want.
That's why I think that the best weight classes are like I think are 145, 155, and 170.
Because you can level up into them as you age?
No, because the average athletic male, if you're a 200, like myself, you're like a 200-pound male, you fight at 170.
Okay.
If you're, 180 athletic male, you fight at 155. If you're like a 171 average, like athletic male, you fight at 145. You know what I mean? There's some like outliers, like there's some big ass fucking 6'8" motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
They fight at heavyweight. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like little guys who fight at like the smaller weights.
Oh, speaking of big guys, did you see what Matt Rempe did? The New York Rangers and the New Jersey Devils.
Man.
Speaking of Prudential Center, well, this was actually at the Garden. Did you? I know you're a huge hockey fan. I wore the hockey jersey here. First time in over 6 years, there was a line brawl. That's called a line brawl.
Yeah, where they just off the rip, drop the puck, and everybody
5v5.
squares off.
Boom.
That's just fire, man.
Boom. Rempe.
I love that stuff. I love the hockey
15 NHL games, 5 fights.
Yeah.
What's nuts about that is if he was in your sport, there's no commission in the world that would sign off on him having 5 fights in 3 months.
How many times he got knocked down?
I don't think he's been knocked down yet.
That's not true.
He's like slipped and he's been like pushed down, but he hasn't been
knocked out or cracked.
No, he's been cracked. He's been cracked. That dude McDermott he fought is a legit
yeah. I felt
heavyweight.
like the first or like one of his first 2 or 3 games he got dropped. I felt like and I think it was because you told me and sent it to me.
Well,
but,
no, he got.
we got a shout out to Rempe. I got to help some of the guys at Barwis with their fighting when I was hurt. That was another thing I was doing. So I'm gonna offer Rempe some free fucking boxing lessons.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Hell yeah, bro. They're coming at the boy.
They're coming for him too.
Yeah.
But he's game.
No Diddy.
He's game, dude. They're coming for him. No Diddy.
Yeah.
Wow. That thing is just getting wild too. Now his son's been indicted and Crazy day.
Yeah, I don't know all about that shit.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
The Bodyguard just did another thing coming out and said that there were politicians and there was preachers and stuff, and
Yeah,
that he videotaped them all.
hey, Meek Mill had a good run, bro. R.I.P.
Y'all thought I was finished?
His son's name
Hold
is
up, wait a
Christian,
minute.
Too.
Huh?
His son's name is Christian.
Oh, all right. That's your name, right?
Yeah.
Sick. You know, I like.
I tell him meet me in the bathroom.
Really good, it was really good input when I was drinking that Umbo drink, and you're like Umbo my tumbo. That really made me laugh. It's too bad that didn't get on camera. But that little Christian
camera.
thing, that was trash, bro.
Umbo in my tumbo. Shoot, man.
Hey,
Well,
we're filming Cancel Weekly, eh?
next weekend, Canceled Weekly. Mother Crushers is coming in. Excited to have Carol Ann here.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool. Kicking
yeah.
with Carol Ann.
It's gonna be
She's
real
funny
cool.
as hell.
Yeah, our boy David's gonna help us out.
Para?
Yeah.
Nice. Hey, so you were traveling to Nashville.
Yep.
I want to hear about that. I know you got to see my boy Landry. And
What a
JP
great
out there.
kid, man.
Bro,
What a great kid.
Landry Ward is a fucking dog.
Yeah.
He fought an amazing fight the night before. Like you could tell he's wearing it on his
Oh,
face.
yeah.
Did you see his feet?
I did.
Bro, his feet are like Christian. His feet are like this big,
Yeah.
swollen, like it
Like
looks
diabetic.
like a snowman. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't look right. Like it looks fucked up.
It's broken.
Like he probably broke his
yeah,
feet.
Yeah.
But he was kicking the shit. You should have seen this dude's leg. Looked like he was wearing like I don't even know what to call that,
Yeah.
man.
Well,
it
Landry
was
even
like it's the
said it.
big, most swollen leg I've ever seen in a fight. It was an amazing fight, amazing war. He ended up losing a decision, and you know he didn't want to go in there and show his toughness. He's on his way to the UFC and to the higher levels, and it's a bump in the road, but. Bro, it was a great fight. It was a great fight.
What weight
He
class
did
again?
something. They did something special
45?
in there. He did something special in there. That's shit. Like that's something you were part of that war. That's something you'd be proud of forever, man.
I gotta give his opponent credit.
His opponent, hell yeah, much
Like,
credit.
dude. That to make it to the end of the fight.
And Landry don't get hit like that. Like I've never seen. That's the most I saw Landry get hit.
Really.
Yeah,
Stood and banged, man.
yeah.
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 No, they were great. I met his whole family, met his girl, great people. They came to the show with the old Davey Landau. I
Yeah.
love Dave Landau, man. Normal World
He's like
is
your
hilarious.
favorite, eh?
I love Dave Landau. I think Landau is one of the best comedians working today that nobody knows. And he doesn't
What's the show he does? He's got a show, right?
Normal World. Normal World on
yeah.
the Blaze, yeah. And I think that's why, because he's kind of been like pigeonholed into like this like right-wing conservative thing, and he's not. He's from a union household in Detroit. He just came up through like Cumia.
My phone died.
Your phone died.
I told you it would. Can you check that, Christian? Make sure.
He's who replaced Norton on the Anthony Cumia show, Landau.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then obviously from there Steven Crowder, and then from Steven Crowder got his own show, and all that drama and all that other shit. So
Can you
yeah,
plug it in or something, please?
but he's hilarious, man. He's just so funny. And Zany's one of the best clubs in the country, if not the best club in the country. There's like an energy in that room. Like you walk into the room and it's like the laughter and the good feelings and the good vibes have like seeped into the walls, and you just know you're like, man, I'm gonna have a banger set.
Mhm.
Like I'm gonna have a banger. This place came here to laugh.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
what's up.
oh, it's great.
I had some friends and family out there who saw you and said it was the best they've ever seen. They were fucking blown away. It looks like
Landau's good, man. Landau's damn good. He's really great, man. I mean,
Yeah.
he's really great.
Yeah, the show was great. They definitely weren't talking just about you. And it definitely wasn't. I guess definitely not me telling you to start fucking doing more sets.
Oh,
is
yeah.
not helping, huh?
Yeah.
Kids on fire. Fucking feeling it, eh?
I'm feeling it. Yeah,
Feeling it,
it
man.
turns out practice helps. How about that? Yeah, it turns out trying out new material. And I love Sad Man, man. Sad Man, that little room is I love
Hopefully
it.
I'll be there next
I'm
Thursday. How were
falling
your
in love
shows
with it.
last night?
Last night at the beer garden I got to see Jimmy
How
Schubert,
much
which
time
was
did
awesome.
you do?
Did like 25 minutes.
That's not bad. That's really good, actually.
Yeah.
So whenever I tell people about your show at Sandman, I always am like, bro, like he comes up and does like 5 to 10 minutes to start. Then a comedian comes up. Then he does like 5 minutes between. I tell him 5 to 10, even though it's more like 5. And then new comic. Then 5 to 10, new comic, and then G does like 30 minutes at the end. So it's like you're getting like an hour at G. You know what I mean?
But the other comics have been very, very good too, though.
They
bro.
are
Yeah.
good. No.
Yeah.
Of course, every comic that's been there
It's
has
just
made me
my
laugh
ego.
and
It's
has
like,
been
I
funny.
gotta go up. Somebody goes up, I go up. Somebody goes up, I go
Listen,
up.
bro, but like no people. But look, it's if I tell people to come watch G do stand up and you do 10 minutes,
Yeah.
they
Yeah, it's
drove 30 minutes to watch you do
It's
fucking 10
frustrating.
minutes. Like it's not gonna be as fun. That's why I'm telling like if you go to this Sad Man one,
Yeah.
you're gonna see you do a full fucking
Oh,
hour of
totally.
shit in that
Totally.
night. You know what I mean?
And it's so true, man. Back when I was in the city, man, like people would drive out from Jersey or take the train or whatever.
Yeah, I'd be like, my whole ride
It's
home, I'd be
5
like,
minutes,
my whole
6
ride home, I'd be like,
minute sets.
fuck Gerard.
6
This
minutes.
cocksucker made me drive all the way out here to hear him talk for 6 minutes
6 minutes set.
and be shitty.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be so mad. Mickey wins by first round knockout. I'll be like, I flew all the way. I flew all the way to Jersey for 3 minutes. What the hell?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'll be like, all right, so get him back in there again. Grand Prix. Somebody else. They're like,
Yeah. It's a little different though, because you'll see me render someone unconscious.
it's true. I've been bad enough that I've rendered people unconscious.
Yeah.
They just fell asleep. Back in my Atlantic City days when the crowd was on heroin.
Ooh,
You know?
speaking of Atlantic City, so I was in Atlantic City this past weekend when you were in Nashville. I got to see the UFC. Get to see like Chris Weidman's comeback fight.
What'd you think of that?
All right, man. It's a great question. I wish you didn't ask. I mean, he threw a 2-piece went in the dude's eye.
Yeah.
There was two eye poke finishes that night. I've never seen it before.
UFC, it's gonna happen more and more.
I've never
UFC
seen it
has to
before.
do something about it.
I hope
'cause
they
Don't
feel-
forget about the guy ramming his head into the other guy, knocking himself out.
I feel
What?
like
Did you see the knockout from him running his
Who's
shooting
him?
a takedown? Andre.
Oh, Andre. Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like he maybe got he got like a sting or something. It was a very weird night. Very weird night of fights. Yeah, I thought it was an eye poke. Sure. But I thought that guy was being like Wyman said, was kind of being a fucking baby about it. Play on, brother. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't know how bad the shit hurt, but you saw Weidman's eyes was poked too.
Yeah.
Did Weidman go down crying about it once?
Yeah. No.
No, he did not.
No.
You know what I mean?
And then you have Ange, and the eye poke is a thing right now.
yeah.
I think everybody's
happening.
kind of realizing like you get one free. So
yeah.
you might as well get one free.
Yeah.
You get one shot to the nuts. You don't get the bite though. They took care of the biting. That
No,
one you don't.
that was not yeah, they didn't like that. that boy got crucified.
$50,000 bite right there.
Yeah, the other dude got that. He
Yeah.
got paid that for doing
I'd get bit for
and getting
50
it-
grand.
Fuck yeah.
For 50 grand?
Of course, but it wasn't like, you know,
Damn good
obviously
deal.
it was
I make that deal.
Damn good deal. Yo, so on my way to Atlantic City, I sat on the plane, bro. I had the whole row to myself. Whole row to myself. I was psyched. Plane starts to move, goes forward a little bit. I'm like, this is gonna be cake. Get in there, do you know what I mean? Do events each day. It stops and they're like, we got a report of weather coming from Jacksonville. We should have an update in about 10 minutes. 10 minutes turns into another 10 minutes to
it's
another
over.
10 minutes.
You're not. Nope. You're done.
Turns into 3 hours.
Oh, on the
And
plane.
they're like, guys, when it's longer, when you're sitting on a plane longer in your flight, we got to let you off. So we got to let everybody, we have to all deplane, take all your stuff. Right as you get off, they're like, flight's canceled to Atlantic City. Right? So, and you know, but what was funny was the whole time, it was a woman pilot talking. So I was like, as this was happening, as we were about to get off, I turned to the guy next to me and I'm like, it's probably a good thing this got canceled, huh? Woman pilot.
And now we're off
He
YouTube.
did. I said it right. I said it right to the guy next to me. He's kind of
Bye-bye, TikTok. Bye-bye. Bye, TikTok.
Hey, there's only one famous female pilot, Amelia Earhart. She got lost. There's only one female pilot you know, and she got lost.
I gotta say your logic's flawless. It's flawless.
Bro,
logic.
but you know they made a report. This is Spirit, by the way. Spirit.
Uh-huh.
Spirit is they're like, we don't want to just hire like white guys to be the pilots.
Sure.
Anymore.
No.
How
they
about
were
just
just-
hire the best
they were
pilot?
just-
I want to live.
You're
I want to live.
You're already in a school bus in the sky. Like,
Please just get me to where I'm going. I'm gonna feel like such an asshole dying on a plane.
Oh man,
I'm gonna feel like
brutal.
such a fucking idiot, dude.
brutal.
If I die on Spirit,
Oh,
fuck.
Everybody's gonna be like, oh man, things weren't going so great for Mick.
They'll be like, he's poor.
Oh boy. Oh no. He was in the back of the Spirit plane too? Oh no. Oh Lord. You know,
I'm sweating.
they'll be going through that's you. They'll be going through everybody's stuff and be like, oh, he didn't even bring it back. This
Nah,
poor
guys.
bastard.
I'm just playing. I'll definitely survive a plane crash. I think about it all the time.
How would you do it? How would you survive a plane crash?
I'll just probably like, flex. As
Just-
no. I'd go loose.
You gotta go loose.
I'd go loose.
You gotta go
No,
loose.
no. What I do? I do this. Right as we're about to hit the ground, I go.
Oh, haha.
I've always thought about
What
that.
do you
Like
think?
on the elevator.
Like on
you
the
know what
elevator.
I mean? So it's like
Interesting.
I would just jump and I would just land. I'd be like,
That's it.
wow. All
See,
right,
I've always
I'm
thought
okay.
like
And then I'd save everybody. So actually, I'm sorry, one more thing. So when they switched my flights and shit, they tried to give me middle seats. I'm like, yo, I paid for an aisle seat. Y'all cancel my flight and whatever. I need that aisle seat.
Oh,
So they gave me emergency row, and they're always like, are you able to save everyone? I'm like, you picked the right guy.
do I get
Nobody is better. I kind of hope something goes down because I will save the fuck out of this plane. All right.
the capitalist in me comes out and I'm like, sure thing, Spirit, for an upgrade, for an
It is
additional
an upgrade. You get more foot
for an
room.
additional charge, Spirit. All right, for $72 extra, I'll save people for sure.
Yeah.
Like, well, you don't get nothing for free. You taught me that, Spirit.
Yeah,
If they could
right.
charge you for the air
Yeah.
that you breathe on that flight, they would.
Shit.
Yeah, dude. There was one guy, so I think it was like Irish Air or something like that. He was like, "Why do we even need chairs? The people want to stand." And I'm like, are you talking about like a cattle car, bro? You're just gonna stuff us in there like a Japanese subway, and then hey, when we get there, everybody just
I have a
pile
better
out.
idea. I have an idea. What about bunk beds?
Huh?
Like kind of like filing cabinets, very thin.
Yeah,
Sorry, G.
sleeper bus. Here we go.
Nah, it's not you. You're well. Actually, no. That's good. Let's hold you, you portly gentlemen, fucking accountable. Finally, if you can't, if they're trying stuffing you guys in there, or you gotta pay for the fucking bigger ones.
You can
You
tell.
want a big one?
My-
I'll go. You know what I mean?
Mix-
Me and Christian, while we're fucking lean right now. I'm getting ready. I'm fight camp and shit. I'm gonna be.
You can tell Mick's got a fight coming up right now. He's like, women, fuck them, they can't fly. Fat guys don't want them on my plane. Who else want what? Huh? Who want what?
Do you know how many abs are in this room right now?
6, 12, 13.
Okay.
I got
Yeah.
more abs than Christian. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Don't you love? Is that the douchiest argument, bro? I got way more abs than him.
I feel like, what, are you guys going to go have a gasoline fight outside next? Or like,
What's a gasoline fight?
That's from Zoolander.
Oh yeah,
The beginning of Zoolander.
that was a good reference. Might be.
Yeah, dude. You don't know Zoolander, huh?
I love
I
Zoolander.
know the one famous scene from Zoolander.
There's so many. It's such
No,
a great
the
movie.
one.
It's a
the
great
meme,
movie.
It's a
where he
great
looks
movie.
at him. You know, he looks
Blue
at Owen
Steel?
Wilson.
Oh, that's Blue Steel. Oh, that's like not even top 10
Yeah,
of
there's
things in the movie.
There's good shit in that.
Yeah. The files are in the computer.
My favorite one
It's
is
so simple.
my favorite one is when he's like, this is gonna be the school. He's like, what is this? A school for ants? This needs to be at least 2 times bigger. And it's just a model.
And Will Ferrell's like, he's absolutely right.
That's probably my favorite part.
Yeah.
At least that was when I watched it.
Yeah, thank you, Billy Zane. I fucking love that movie. You see that? Speaking of that, you see Happy Gilmore's coming.
I heard that.
A
What's the
sequel.
deal?
Do
Do you know anything about it?
Well, I know that lightning struck.
Let me go make sure this dog's okay real quick. Keep talking to me.
Lightning struck the. I don't know what's going on right now. Lightning struck the. Does he got to go outside? Lightning struck the Statue of Liberty, and then there's not one but 2 different earthquakes in Jersey. I don't even know if there's a fault line in Jersey. This is like the beginning of Ghostbusters. This is like real life beginning of Ghostbusters.
There's never earthquakes in Jersey, right? Or
No.
have there been?
There hasn't been one. They said there was an earthquake in like 30 years ago or
So
something.
that's like getting an earthquake in Ohio. It just doesn't happen.
No, I don't even know that there's fault lines in Jersey. I don't like. Something weird, man. Weird living
How
through
bad
some
are
weird
the fault
times.
lines are?
Huh?
How bad of an earthquake?
Wasn't that bad? It was like 4.8 or
But
something. like that they said,
there's been an earthquake in Jersey before. I remember feeling one before. Like
Really?
yeah, maybe like 10 years ago or something. And but there's 2 today.
That's what I'm saying. And lightning struck the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, I
First
didn't hear
time in a
about
long
that.
time. Yeah, like
What
we've got some
what's the
Ghostbuster
story
shit
with,
going
what's the
on
story
here.
with the Happy Gilmore sequel? And more important news.
Yeah, more important news than the literal end of the world is my expectations are so low. I really wish they would have done it before Carl Weathers died.
Yeah.
But
R.I.P. Well, Chubbs died.
Chubbs did die, but but he always has like a cameo from heaven.
Right.
Maybe they got
Yeah.
one. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe they got something from the cutting room floor. But I was talking to my buddy. I was talking to Landau about it, and I'm saying to myself, my God, man, when was the last legitimately funny movie that came out? Like, legitimately funny movie. And we're trying to think back, and we're like,
I don't know, like The Hangover.
yeah, it's been like such a long, like
We talked about that on
they just
Drinking Bros,
stopped
right?
making comedies.
And now that's like 15 years ago.
Yeah,
A movie.
yeah.
Wow.
We were trying to figure it out. We were like, when's the last legitimately great comedy? And I think what we came up with, well, depending on what your definition of it was, but like, whether you liked Bruno or not, or like
Yeah. I liked all the Sacha Baron Cohen. That dude's funny as hell.
Yeah, Bruno is a really funny bit. I didn't think it was a
Borat,
funny movie.
Bruno,
But Borat,
and,
I laughed so hard at
yeah.
the first Borat. I actually I had to watch I paid another ticket to watch the movie
Really?
again
Oh,
because
that's
I
great.
missed so much
That's
of the
worth
movie.
it, man. That's fun.
Dude, when they were running through the hotel chasing each other naked,
Yeah,
I thought I might
best
die.
part,
I
best part.
thought I
That
might
was-
die.
That was so great.
That was so hilarious, man. But yeah, so Happy Gilmore 2, Shooter McGavin's back in it. Apparently, they're gonna have a bunch of
and
guys.
Sandler.
And Sandler.
All right,
yeah.
good. I was just making sure. I
Oh,
didn't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
You know, nowadays they do weird things with this. The Ghostbusters
know,
are still alive, but they did it
know.
all. I'm not gonna say.
I know.
I think I went hard enough on that.
I know. Well, the last Ghostbusters was great though.
Oh yeah.
They had another Ghostbusters that was written by Ivan Reitman, the son of the guy who made.
Was it funny?
It was great. It was more heartfelt than funny.
Got you.
It was more of like a kids movie. They have another sequel for that coming out, and like Bill Murray's a big part of it, and Aykroyd's a big part of it. But it was a very heartfelt movie. The last Ghostbusters. It was much more Ghostbusters than Ghostbusters Female Squad.
All right.
Speaking of, we have also,
Bridesmaids was funny,
when is Bridesmaids? That's got to be old too, though.
but I'm saying like I'm trying to give some love back to the ladies because I'm a Titanic feminist.
Big feminist. I liked. Not a lot of people liked it, but I liked the one with the freaking the Muppets, the puppets, and the girl from Bride, Melissa McCarthy. I thought that was pretty funny.
The Muppets.
Yeah, there was
You
one.
see so many more movies.
I fly a lot.
Yeah.
I fly a lot. So I've pretty much only been watching old movies because
Everything's
There-
crap.
there's only so much
Your favorite movie is
DEI movies
Apocalypse
that you can watch.
Now.
Yeah, I love.
What's your second favorite movie?
My second favorite movie? Now, okay, this is a loaded question, bro, because there's movies that I think are really like perfectly done, and then there's movies that I just love that I
Right.
know are shit movies,
All right.
but I love them.
Give
Like
me- give me-
Predator.
give me one of each.
Is like Predator is one
Is
of
it
my
a shit
favorite movies.
movie that you love?
Yeah.
And what's
love it.
what's one of your artsy fartsy movies?
Artsy fartsy movies? Well, Apocalypse Now is phenomenal. I would say if you're looking for like masterpiece film, people are gonna think we're sucking up because he's our boy. A Bronx Tale is about as good a movie as you can make for that genre.
That's a great one.
It's just a great
Hey,
film.
I rewatched Apocalypto.
Uh-huh.
I watched it once. I watched it probably about 5 years later, and then I watched it again probably another 5,
Yep.
6, 7 years later.
Mhm.
That's one of my favorite movies.
And what an incredible achievement to be able to like what Mel Gibson did in a different language with
Yeah.
all that cast.
Yeah,
and
they're
all,
talking
like,
Mayan.
yeah, it's crazy.
It's
What
so
a
good. It
scene.
just
And there's
keeps
a solar
getting
eclipse
deeper and
coming
deeper.
up. There's a solar eclipse coming.
I heard about that.
So we got the lightning hitting we got the lightning hitting Lady Liberty.
Well, bro,
we got
it's election year, man.
earthquakes.
It's an election year.
It's
you know
an
what I mean?
election
They're
year.
gonna cancel the fucking election.
They're
and
letting
they're gonna assign
Ukraine-
us someone.
Oh boy,
You know what I
now
mean?
we're getting into it.
That's-
now we're getting into it.
G
oh
just
boy.
went from 6 to
oh
midnight.
Oh boy.
You seen Apocalypto? Yeah, it's a great movie. All right, just making sure.
Some great scenes in that too, man. The human sacrifice. Powerful.
Yeah,
scene.
I like when they start running through that field after too, because then that's when it's on and they're going for him, and then
Oh, yeah.
shit's
chases
amazing.
on, and even the way it ends is great. It's like,
Yeah, and it's like, oh, you thought you had problems before? Oh, now you got problems. boy.
ahoy!
Yeah.
The honkies is here.
He was right to go take his lady and his babies and just we staying in the woods. We're gonna stay in the forest.
I got a bad feeling about this one.
I think he knew that
Oh, yeah.
not to go fuck with the what do they call it? Colonizers.
Well, let's just get this straight. Everybody was a colonizer. That term has been so bastardized. That was the way everything was done. You had a
Okay. I didn't. But you saying I said otherwise?
no. I'm saying, but like colonizer now has just been
Has a negative connotation.
yeah to like basically mean Western European, right? By the way, one of the most hilarious comments, our canceled weekly Roman episode, somebody left a comment, and it's at the top, and it goes, "I'll be damned if I listen to a man named Gaul tell me about Roman history." I was like,
Gall.
I was like, that's a history
Shun.
joke.
That's
but,
funny though.
But yeah, this is just all, and I think one of the great things about Apocalypto is it showed that. We have these Western commies, man, are always like have this idealized version of quote unquote indigenous peoples that like if we could just get back to the way that the Native American was, one with the earth, man. And it's like, yeah, how do you think the game Lacrosse was made? That's where they use their opponent's heads.
Oh, we've
as
talked about
balls.
this. They were doing some savage shit. I know
Where do you
they're
think
calling them
scalping
savages.
comes from?
Savages is like a bad thing. They were doing some fucking wild ass
Yeah.
shit.
Well, they called them savages because they didn't adhere to the rules of chivalry. So like midnight raids and like coming in the middle of the night while people were sleeping and stuff. So like these savages won't stand and fight us like men, where we could just mow them down with our superior technology.
So by that standard, then the Americans in the Revolutionary War were savages.
Correct.
We we went guerrilla warfare. We didn't line up against those redcoats up in the
as
in the
often
fields.
as often as we can avoid it. And there's a we were Britain's Vietnam or Britain's Afghanistan, but more Vietnam. Like
Yeah,
we
Vietnam
kind
was
of
more
really
of a
didn't win
failure.
the war so much as we just didn't let them
Just
win
kind
it.
of outlasted them.
Yeah, and then it became like hyper unpopular in Britain, where it's like, yo, why are you killing my cousins over there, man? Like,
Yeah.
who cares? Let them go. Like, what? Like, let me sell tobacco to them. Like, what the hell, man? And then Napoleon came in, and they were just like, all right, fine, whatever. We'll just rape and pillage their coast for 100 years. And the piracy became like, basically pretty interesting shit, where talking about colonizing and stuff. So the way the crown got away from it, governments have pretty much always been evil bastards, pretty much, right? Always been run by, or at least they attract really shitty people, right? The power centers attract these types of people. So the way pirating started was the crown was just like, you know what? Steal all their shit. I don't care. And they would they'd be like Captain Cook and these people. It was the British Navy. And they were out there in the open seas, and they're like, hey, so what do you got there? Oh, no, we're just like a Spanish fishing vessel. Oh, cool. You guys all work for us now for 10 years. What? Yeah. Hop on. Or we can kill you. Which way? Like, okay, cool. Welcome to the Navy, bud. And we're just going to take all the shit. That's cool. See you in the Caribbean. Like, they were just stealing people, just murking people. Like,
Yeah.
these are, like, you want to come on the waters? All right. Her Majesty's Navy, His Majesty's Navy says, nah, you work for us now, dog.
Right.
Nuts, man. And again, like we get into this all the time about how they lie about history. I think 1 out of every 3 slave owners in New Orleans at the time of the Civil War was black.
Right.
Look that up, Chris, because I don't want to get that one wrong. But 1 out of every 3 slave owners. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, there's been slaves by every race as enslaved people.
yeah.
History.
And you're looking at that, circling it back to Apocalypto, and you're saying like,
They had slaves. They were enslaving
just the
each
other
other.
tribes.
Yeah, that's what it's always been.
You don't like it, play better.
Yeah, Romans had slaves.
Yeah.
Africans had slaves. Everybody.
That's what kills me when people like rip on capitalism, man, because it's like for the first time in like the history of our species, it's been like 200 years.
They
That's
still
it.
got slaves anywhere?
Yeah, there's open air slave trading in
Where?
North Africa right now. Because Hillary Clinton, unfortunately, we fucked that up when we got rid of Gaddafi in Libya. Libya has actual open air slave trading right now. And obviously there's sex
wasn't
trafficking, sex
Liberia
slaves.
something with like wasn't it a bunch of like freed slaves from here went to Liberia? Which like
Liberia
Liberty
or
and the-
Monrovia, yeah.
Yeah, one of the two. I can't remember.
Is
But I know
Liberia-
they were like, you know what? They got a pretty good system over there.
Yeah.
It's like,
Can we
they
come
have
back?
me working. I'm gonna have other people working for me.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, fuck.
Brutal.
We did. I guess our modernity was good that we are putting the kibosh on that. 'Cause that's
No doubt
no
about
fucking
it.
way to live.
No
You know
doubt
what I
about
mean?
it. And there's the moral hazard of it because
You guys heard it here first. Slick and thick. Anti-slavery.
anti-slave, but I will
Big
say
time anti-slavery.
anti-slave because I know it's wrong, but also at the same time, every time I have to do my own laundry,
dishes,
yeah, it's like I can, I'm glad the South lost, but I can see why they fought. Like I get it. Like I'm glad they
states'
lost.
rights, man.
Yeah, it's states'
That's what they say
states'
it's
rights.
about.
It's
Something about states'
yeah,
rights.
it's not every
right?
time like
It's not that they don't want to go and pick their own fucking crops.
Yeah, it's not like every time I'm mowing the lawn when it's 98 degrees outside, I'm just like, sure would be great if somebody else was doing this right now. I sure would love to sit me on the porch and have me a nice sweet tea. That's horrible.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the voice you just.
I'm trying to.
I know you're trying to be a southern
Southern
with
gentleman
a little bit
here.
of molasses.
Yeah, that's
forward.
right. Yeah, dude. But there's just something about I've just kind of never understood how that stuff happens too. Like why are there so few slave revolts? I was just watching or listening to.
Yo, Haiti did that shit.
Haiti did it.
Haiti did that shit.
Haiti, go talk to me.
They used their fucking machetes that they were out there fucking macheteing the fields. Macheteing
Yeah.
the fields, and they fucking rose up and they're still killing motherfuckers.
Whoa,
over there.
So wait, you're talking about the formation of Haiti? I'm unfamiliar with this. It's a slave revolt.
Yeah, they were owned by I'm Christian. Pull some.
Well, it'd be the French,
Christian,
I would
time to work.
imagine, right?
I'm pretty sure. It was the French, but they fucking rose up and they got their freedom by force.
I just never understand it. Like I just don't understand how so many people can be enslaved and governed by so few. Why they allow it to happen? Like the whole Spartacus thing. They were going literally house to house, or so where Spartacus did his revolution or his slave revolt would have been kind of like apparently the Miami of Rome. It was like where all the rich people, the Hamptons of Rome, it was like where they all had their like summer villas and stuff, right? And so he would go from villa to villa, and they'd kill the owner of it, and then be like, all right, y'all are free now. And they'd be like, can we go with you guys? Yeah, all right, be like, you're free. I'm like, all right, we'll come with you though. And it would be like every villa he'd go to, he'd pick up like 50 to 100 servants.
Right.
And you sit here and you're like, why didn't these 50 to 100 servants just kill the guy? Like, how do these people, like, I'm always fascinated by how this subjugation happens. Like,
That's a good
nobody,
question.
and you sit, and I'm sitting here, in a country of
You
300.
can't be one guy and having 40.
Oh, yeah, you can.
One guy.
Well,
they don't
maybe
have
five
like
in the
people
household?
with guns and like they don't
What?
have people working for them.
Not in the Roman time. No guns. Maybe they had soldiers. I don't know. Maybe I should look into that. But even think about us now.
But even in the Roman times, they I don't know how far they'd get.
Think about us now, bro. There's less than 500 federal elected officials. Less than 500. Fucking up our dollar. Giving all our shit to people overseas. All right? Doing everything they can, pretty much, to make our life here domestically more difficult.
Right.
Okay? Their policies are designed to make our lives more difficult than they are. There's 330 million of us. And we just sit here. And we're just like, okay, well, we'll wait till the elections and we'll see what happens. 330 million of us. There's 500 of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's how many cops in America? I don't know. Are there even 1 million cops in America? 330 million of us. So, like I sit here and again, I on the one hand, I look at this thing where I read about Spartacus or I read about Amistad and I'm like, what the hell took people so long?
What's Amistad?
Amistad is a ship that was a slave ship that the slaves basically revolted on the ship. And
Mutiny?
They mutinied. And it was I think it was they couldn't sail it, and it was outside of Boston Harbor. And then there was a huge debate about what happens to the people because they're in the north where there were no slaves, right? But they were in the harbor, so were they still owned by the company? Were they still the company's property?
International Waters thing?
Yeah, and it was a huge and John Quincy Adams, the son of John Adams and the former president of the United States, he actually was their lawyer and defended them and got them off, and they became
Is
they
that
became
HBO
free.
show good? John Adams?
Yeah. If you're a history nut, it's good. If you're not a history nut, it's pretty boring.
It's pretty boring
if you're not a history nut. There's no action. It's all dialogue. All dialogue.
Okay.
But the one thing I like about it is it actually shows Alexander Hamilton as the bitch he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, really does. Pull up Amistad if you can, Chris, because I don't want to get that one wrong. But I know it was the trial of the century. Like, you know, everybody was really interested to see what would happen because they didn't want John Quincy
Spoiler
Adams to
alert.
win. Yeah, they didn't want him to win because they were like, well, now you're giving these guys legal precedence to mutiny.
Mutiny.
You know, now they'll all think
Now
they
they're
could be
gonna revolt.
free.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's like wild shit, man.
It was 53 slaves from Africa that revolted and killed the captain
Hell yeah, brother.
and spared the life of a Spanish navigator. Spared the life of a Spanish navigator so they could sail home to Sierra Leone.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's badass. And
The
they
Navy seized the ship. The Navy seized the ship off Long Island, New York,
Mhm.
and towed it into London, Connecticut.
Got it.
and then that's where they put him on trial.
They were held in a jail there.
And John Quincy Adams got him free.
I'm still looking
him
for
off?
that, but
Mm-hmm.
Gee.
Yeah, no Diddy.
What?
He got him off. No, did he?
Okay.
Hi-oh. Yeah, but again, you just look at that and you say, all right, well, there's 50 men, you know, one captain, however, 5 or 6 people on the ship. Like, why did any of these ships make it to harbor?
yeah,
I'm fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by what humans have the capacity to enslave and manipulate other humans, and what humans don't have the capacity to rebel against that manipulation. Like that is like the most fascinating. And it's probably because of COVID when I became so hyper aware of this stuff. And I'm like, man, people just will go along with anything. It's kind of now
What were you like before COVID? Did COVID change you a lot?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You became more of a revolutionary.
I'm radical. It radicalized
Radical.
me. There's no doubt about it. I like joking, but also I wonder if it's me or if it's just like, you know, the top came off and it just became impossible to ignore the corruption. And there's some people that don't give a shit, and there's other people that have this like intense need and necessity for right. You know, like I need. Then people get on. There was this guy arguing with me on Twitter the other day. He was like, "Bro, COVID's over. Let it go." And I'm like, "Nothing's changed. What's the closure? Has anybody gotten in trouble? Have we even gotten one apology?" Now these guys in the FCC, now there's new shit coming out every
Nah,
day.
it's more people are more like, well, I got the jab and I didn't get COVID bad.
Oh
so.
my God, I know.
Like, and that like dismisses all the people who got the jab and got seriously fucked up from it.
Oh, dude, I did one joke that I almost lost the crowd. I did one joke I almost lost the crowd where I was like, you know, as bad as the last 4 years were, the one great takeaway from it is that I finally have won an argument with women. Every woman for the last 8 years that has gone nuts about COVID and about Trump, they're all real fucking quiet right now, aren't they? They're all real quiet right about now, where everybody looks at them and is like, really?
What do you think the next thing gonna be?
The next
So
thing?
we got the election coming up
They
in
want
November.
They want us.
I kind of feel like there's gonna be some big funky shit.
A lot of people are talking about that. Why do you think that? I've heard it's weird you say that. A lot of people have been talking about that.
Well, I mean, how are they gonna run Joe Biden again? How are they gonna
It's
run
tough.
him again?
It's tough.
He's gonna he's already crazy. I mean, not crazy, but he's already like, what would you call him? Senile, dementia. He can't say numbers or sentences like you know what I mean. It's like I think they are gonna have to like just assign someone, or I don't know.
You see, Sage Steele blew the
Who
top
wants
off of
to-
ESPN.
These
Said
guys
that.
who all they crave is power. They don't want to give it up.
Well, you ask a great question there without asking it. All right, like Joe Biden is clearly not all there. So we're worried about Joe Biden. We should be worried about who the hell is writing the words he's reading off the teleprompter.
Sure.
Who's actually holding the strings here?
Yeah, the puppet master.
Like we look at Joe Biden and we say, all right, that elevator's not going all the way to the top anymore. We got it. But who is writing that? Like who's writing those words? Who signed off on that? Because right now in this country, we don't have accountability. That's a bad place to be.
Do you know the answer? If anyone would know the answer, it'd be you, huh?
The deeper I go into a rabbit hole, the more conspiracy theory it gets. I think NATO, I think the IMF, the UN, the United Nations, and NATO are conspiring to kind of end the nation state as a thing. And America is the last thing that stands in that way. I think that they want to control the world. I think they really want a one world government. And I know that I'm sounding like Alex fucking Jones right now, but the thing is like, this is pattern recognition. This is not conspiracy theory. You're saying, all right, these people are doing things that are moving everything in one direction. And the one direction is no more national sovereignty. All right. And you say, like, why? Why are all these people coming across the border? How are they getting there? How are people from Senegal who have nothing, they make $1,000 a year, affording the flight to Mexico to then walk across the southern border, right? You got to have, they're wearing clothes, they're eating food, they're drinking water. That stuff costs
they're being,
money.
like, funded?
It's got to be funded by somebody.
All right. Hey, speaking of conspiracies, remember when like a week or two ago when that boat crashed into the bridge?
Uh-huh. Well, it's not a boat. It was a container ship.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a boat. It's in the
Yeah, it's a big old boat. It's a big ass
just
boat.
a big ass boat.
Yeah. That bridge came
so
right down.
So do you think it was a conspiracy?
I do.
The dude who is making money off it, like collecting the insurance off it, the same dude who collected on 9/11.
Is that true?
That's true.
I did not know that.
And but here's the thing.
Chris, pull that up.
I talked to a couple seamen, couple sailors.
I talked to a couple 2-3 seamen.
Talked to a couple sailors, and they were like, "Nah, that looks like the boat lost power."
It did. Well, that's the thing, right? They're like, no, the boat lost power,
And how are they gonna make it lose power to careen right into the fucking bridge?
Well, here's the thing. Nobody is saying this is how they get you, right? I thought this was a tragedy, not terror, until like 15 minutes after it happened, the FBI comes out and says, "Yeah, this is not a terrorist attack." And I'm like, "Well,
They cleared that pretty quick.
That's a pretty fast investigation."
That's
I was like,
quick.
There's a dude still swimming out the water. Like, why don't you get him first
Yeah,
and then
save
like
his ass?
how?
And then
It's,
maybe we can
whatever
assess.
it is not terror. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, now
Just-
what?
I'm sure.
Yeah, huh?
Right.
What's going on? Like, hey, it's like, when someone's cheating on you or something like that, you're like, hey, what's going on? How was your weekend?
I'm
I
not
definitely,
cheating.
Well, I definitely, I didn't see John, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Okay. Weird answer,
Yeah.
But what people think it could be, and they're saying this is nuts, is that this is wildly, what do they say? Whatever they're always saying. It's misinformation, dangerous misinformation. To me, it's asking a question. Like, so you're telling me that they can't hack that ship's motherboard and that power outage?
I mean, I just feel like it's got to be hard to make a boat, a shipping container boat.
No, it's
do
all
that.
it's all computers. It's not a guy up there like Titanic turning the spindle anymore.
They're all it's all. Are you sure?
100%. 100%. What do you think? It's a guy with a?
Fuck yeah, I do.
No, it's
It's
People
Jack
don't-
Sparrow up there with the
People don't sail anymore.
No. It's just
Nobody
a guy.
sails anymore?
It's just a.
What? These are all Teslas out there,
It's,
fucking
yes,
self-driving themselves.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
There's definitely a captain that like can steer it if he needs
Yeah.
to, but like
he's like a.
he's not like it's like a plane.
Yes.
They're not like flying the plane.
No.
Yeah,
It's
they
way
can pop
worse
it
than
into
a plane.
autopilot when they need to,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but there's a guy.
Bro, they said it. They said
You're making it sound like there's a fucking computer program.
Pull it up. Pull up the Twitter of them speeding it up 8 times, and you tell me how unlucky this would have to be for this ship to lose power, completely line up, not with the bridge, but with the stanchion that holds the bridge up. Center mass that motherfucker. They bring power back on for like a second, then turn it off, and it just so happens.
Brother, I'm not a seaman.
It just so happens
I mean, I was.
to be. It's just, well, I don't know what we're allowed to talk about and what we're not. It just so happens that bridge handles so much of the commerce for the southern half of the United States. They like cut. So like all I'm saying is this: there's a possibility that this is all a very unfortunate coincidence, but it's remarkable how much damage to our infrastructure this coincidence did. Like remarkable. You know, it's look at this thing. Look at
How
this.
about those poor cocksuckers driving their car on the fucking bridge?
Yo, let's talk about the workers on the bridge are the real heroes here. The workers that were working on like potholes and maintenance on the bridge were running in front of cars that were speeding, probably on their phones and shit. And look at this. Look at this. Look at that hard right turn. They're like, well, they dropped anchor. It's like, okay. Uh-huh. And boom. And boom. And just like that, that harbor's useless for 2 years. And it happens.
That kind of looked like a.
and it happens-
That thing looked like a controlled demolition.
Well, look at this.
Not to go a little.
Play that again, Chris.
9/11
Play that
on
again.
'em, but
Look at this. Look at this ship. Now this
pretty
is
slow.
this
crawl.
is sped up 8 times. All right, it wasn't moving like this. This is 8 times the speed. Is this playing right now, Chris?
I only have full screen
Okay,
capabilities.
that's fine. Look at that turn, bro. Look at that. I mean, it loses power. It has power now. It loses power. So
They
it
just
makes.
turned off the lights.
Look. It takes the turn. It makes the turn. All right.
And I like shut
And-
off power.
Right. So, is it really that hard to believe? Is it really that hard to
Could there
believe?
have been a malfunction previous?
Well, they said that there was, but all I'm saying is that it makes the turn. And this guy, the captain's like, oh, hey, whoa, I didn't make that turn. What's going on here? And then before he can course correct, shut the power off. If it wasn't a foreign agent, if it wasn't hacked, somebody should figure out how to do it because that's a damn good weapon. That's a damn good weapon. Boom. Just like that,
Oh, cool.
harbor's gone.
It's dark in there, boy. Shit, fuck.
Yeah, man. And I know at least 6 people perished. And it could have been so many more if those workers hadn't risked their lives to stop the traffic and tell people to stop. Yeah, the Mayday, and it happens. What did it happen? 3 days after the terrorist attack in Moscow.
Yeah, it was a crazy week, huh?
Bro, they want us in war so bad. They want us to fight.
Yeah, I saw
war.
that on your Instagram. I saw that, and I saw you with the talking about go get some gas from Costco and groceries because oil's
Oil's up.
yeah. And you're starting a new show where you're gonna talk about all this stuff. huh?
Gerard versus Evil, man.
Gerard versus Evil. I think that's a good name.
Gerard versus Evil.
What were some of the other name options?
What were
that
some of
we
the other? There was a
discussed?
bunch of other. They weren't very good. I don't think. I'm not even like super in love.
Gerard
with Gerard
hates
versus-
everything.
Gerard hates everything.
I love
That was
Gerard
my
versus Evil,
suggestion.
personally.
Gerard versus Evil. What was it? World War G. I think we were gonna go with
That's
World
a
War
great
G.
World War
one.
G is not bad.
World
man.
War G.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So, but I mean that what I like about that is I'm gonna do some man on the street stuff. I'm gonna it's gonna be a little more dynamic. I'm gonna
Mm.
talk about some of the do some funny stuff and then but ideally, I'm just trying to figure out a way to it's cathartic for me to talk through this stuff. And then when other people comment, it makes me feel good that I'm not crazy, that they're seeing things the same way I am, or that they'll say, man, I never looked at it that way. Or there are people that have said I'm a lunatic, and then 6 months later will hit me back and be like, I gotta be honest, you were kind of ahead of the game with this shit. And that's like Charlie Kirk, famous ass Charlie Kirk. He's out there.
That the guy you charged the mound on?
No, Craig Kimbrell. That's a true story. Gordy Gronkowski, Rob Gronkowski's older brother. Great guy. One of the best teams. You guys, you could love each other. Gordy, for whatever reason, was like a 250-pound singles hitter. He'd inside out the ball. And just he batted 350, played in the Angels.
Vegetarian hit?
Yeah, vegetarian hit. Yeah.
G-tarian.
A G-tarian?
Derek Jeter.
Oh, yes.
G-tarian.
Yes, perfect. Very similar.
Yeah.
Big dude inside out, very similar, right? And we were always fucking with him, Gordy, get the ball out in front. You're gonna hit the ball a mile. You're a monster. And nobody knew who his brothers were back then. He was Gordy. He was
Right.
the mayor of Torrington, Connecticut. And what a great dude. What a fun dude was like a pro wrestler. He was everything the Gronkowskis ended up being. He was that before anybody knew what it was. It was wild, dude.
All right.
And he actually gets the bat out in front one time and hit this dude. So we were playing in Keene. I believe it's New Hampshire. and they bring their catcher. I think the catcher was from Georgia or something like that. They bring their catcher out to pitch, which at college nobody really did that, man. Like you played one position, that was it. And this dude is throwing peas. This dude is throwing absolute smoke. And Gordy gets the bat out in front, hits a ball to the moon. And he pimps it by throwing the bat like 30 feet in the air like Brett Boone. Now, back in the day, Chris, like everybody pimps home runs now. Back in the day, if you pimped a home run, the next guy was getting it. The next guy was getting it. And
What's pimping a home run for somebody
Like
that doesn't know?
showing off, kind of like hitting and be like, you know what I mean?
throwing
like
the bat, dancing, doing
walking, take your time. Like I knew that was going. You're supposed to put your head down, jog around the field.
Yeah, or like hustle because like it might not go out of the ballpark.
Yeah,
but I know it's gone. So, and so Gordy throws the bat up in the air, and we're like, hell yeah, Gordy, hell yeah! And he's coming around second base, and all I see is the pitcher just staring at me in the on deck circle. And I'm like, fuck, here we go. And this pitcher threw hard, dude. And sure enough, I get in the box, and he puts 90 plus, 95 plus in the middle of my back. And I charged him out. We're squaring up, duking it out. And a whole big mass.
No one got out there and jumped you first?
Well, that's the thing. It's not really a fight. It's like a scrum because you're going out there, and it's you and the pitcher, and maybe you get like one punch in, and then you get hit from this side of their team coming, and then your team coming. But they had the field, like the fans jumped onto the field, so they called the game. And so we won by forfeit. And we're leaving. We're in a school bus. Our team got there in a school bus.
So that dude who hit you with a 95er was a catcher who then went to the MLB as a pitcher.
He might end up in the Hall of Fame. His name's Craig Kimbrell. And he's one of the best closers of all time.
Oh shit.
And he drilled me in the back. And we had a scuffle.
Did you punch him in the face?
I think I tried. I don't remember landing anything clean. I remember a lot of
hugging.
Yeah, and then like everybody's coming and you know.
No diddy.
Then you and your boys are like, yeah. But the best part about it, and I think I've told you this, the best part, and I remember this so vividly, is people are like throwing shit at our school bus. And you pull the top window down, and Gordy, who started the whole damn thing, is like mooning these people out the window. We're like, you showed them your butt. Yeah, we win. We win. There's no coming back from a good mooning.
Yeah.
What happened to mooning?
I got I actually after on the basketball team, I mooned off I tried to moon off the bus, and like on the way back from like an away game, and but like there was like a big thing on the back door, so I actually all I ended up doing was just kind of pulling up and like showing my lower back to it because I couldn't get my ass out there.
P. Diddy in the crowd like
yeah, maybe in the car behind. But so I got in trouble for that. I got kicked off the basketball team.
No.
Yeah.
For lower back?
Yeah, but they knew the intention was moving.
It was the intention.
And but then they brought me back because we had a tournament.
Do you
remember? We needed a win.
Remember when Randy Moss
Greenbrook Middle School
fake mooned the crowd, and everybody lost their mind? They were like, "There are children watching this, sir. There are children."
Yeah.
It's like he just acted like he was doing it.
He just pretended. Yeah.
They were like, "How are you going to pay this fine?"
It would have been way better if he just showed his fucking black ass just right into the Green Bay Packers fans. That would have been fucking hilarious.
Because that's so funny because Trump just pulled that same shit when he posted bail when it got moved down. They're like, how are you going to pay the bail? And you can see his people are like,
cash money, bitches.
His people are like, Donald, don't. And he turns around and goes, cash.
Yes, I got it like that.
He's like a 19-year-old black woman, man. Like he's the funniest dude. He is
pretty funny.
If Trump was gay, they would think he was the funniest human being of all time. If you take everything Donald Trump says and you just like put a gay voice on it, he's the sassiest housewife of all time.
Yeah.
It's just so fun. The dude is so funny, man.
So you think that like politicians and like these high up celebrities like P. Diddy and you know all these fucking like Epstein Island shit, you think like and what's like Bohemian Grove, all this shit, you think like there's all these like evil motherfuckers at the top, and like when did this start? Has it always been like this? In like Frank Sinatra's day, were these people like this? When I'm gonna say more, I'm gonna just use that as a time where like more like men were men. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like we wouldn't fucking be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's just like, when did this shit start? When did the people who, and I assume people who have these dark afflictions, whether they're a fucking pedophile or whatever, they're like, I need to ascend to power so I can support the lifestyle that I want. That's not, you know, not fucking kosher. You know, so they are driven to power so they can support this type of lifestyle they want. When did this shit fucking start, or has it always been like, you know, evil there? Because I know you, like you said before, with but like it just seems so out in the open. Maybe it's the social media and like the fact that we can communicate with someone across the world. I don't know what it is, but like it just, all this shit seems so fucking grimy.
Yeah.
Like what kind of fucking lizard ass people are you?
It's the same as it's always been, I think, bro. I think personally, the more we delve into it, is government evil? No, government's just a system. But the type of people that are attracted to those positions of government, they're probably not the people we want in charge of us. They're either insanely ambitious, like sociopathically ambitious, or they're insanely ideological. And there's not a lot of moderation. There's not a lot of moderates that get involved. Like, there's just not people that donate their time. There's just not people that donate their money. You have to be insanely greedy or insanely crazy, you know, and that's who government attracts. But I think it's always been this way. I mean, think of the Salem witch trials. That was cancel culture. But they,
like, people talk about, you know,
Spanish Revolution, not the Revolution, the Inquisition,
like Illuminati and shit.
That's real, man.
Yeah, I know it's real and it goes way back. But like, what is it when they say it's real? When they say it's a thing, what is that? Like, are they like, all right? So people say, oh, Jay-Z's next. He's in Illuminati. They're saying, you know, Kanye had been saying it for years that Diddy and Jay-Z and blah 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 blah. So what is that? They like go and what does that mean to sell your soul? What does that fucking mean? Like, who is the guy who like grabs you and like, hey, come here, kid?
Well, Tokyo Tony says it's you know, they find you, right? Like Tokyo Tony's like, if you do the one eye thing and if you do the three,
right,
you know, then you're signaling to them, and then they find
at
you.
The Super Bowl.
Well, she used Ice Spice, and like, you know, there's all these symbolisms.
She did a thing with her, it was
this
her
one right
diamond
here.
or whatever
she did.
did.
And
like, hey, I want to be down with the devil.
Yeah, like I'm in, like I'm down. Let me in, you know.
Yeah, fuck those.
And but also like it's George Carlin said it, man. It's a big club and you ain't in it. So, like, these people go to the same schools, right? Like, Democrats, Republicans, they both went to Yale. They both went to Harvard. They were in the same law schools. They were in the same classes. They were in the same fraternities. Skull and Bones and all that shit, man. Like, think of it like Killcliff, bro. Like, if somebody's been your teammate for years, okay, and for 20 years, you're rocking with Killcliff. All right, and it's
and I find out they're a fucking pedophile, I'm gonna fucking beat them to death.
No, I feel you. No, I hear you. But then they hit you up and they say, hey, you know, your 20-year teammate hits you up and was like, hey, I got a favor to ask. My son needs to get into Killcliff. You know, he's going to be a fighter. You're going to do probably everything you can to make that call, right?
Right.
Okay, so now it's take that, but instead of you guys fighting, you guys are in government. You guys are in politics.
Okay.
Right? Now, take it a step further, and you're saying there's billions of dollars at play, and you're like, well, my opponent, all right, is friends with Mickey, all right, and I'm a really
political opponent.
Your fight opponent.
You're still making a metaphor here.
Yeah, all but right. I'm just trying to make a parallel, right? And I say, man, there's a ton of money on the line here, and do I play it fair? Shake hands with Mickey and say, hey, I hope things go great? Or do I find out that my buddy, who I was in Killcliff with, is friends with you, and then say, hey, this is what we're going to do, all right? We're going to rig it in our favor. Well, Mickey will never go for that. Okay, we're going to drug him, and we're going to take pictures with underage boys, and when he wakes up and he sees pictures of his underage boys, we say, okay, this comes out.
He's going to go along with the thing, so they're going to, like...
Here's the deal, Mick. I'm going to give you $1 million, hard cash, to lose this fight. And if you don't, I'm going to release these pictures. Okay?
So they trap them. They get them.
That's the idea behind Epstein. That's the idea
I don't really
behind
appreciate
Diddy.
your metaphors, but
Sorry, bud.
your
but
parallels.
But that's the idea,
like,
right? They
yes
use the
and
access.
no.
They
Yes
use the
and
access.
no.
They
Like,
use the access.
all right,
You're
I
coming.
get that part.
You're
Like,
coming down to Epstein Island.
I get the Epstein. I get Epstein using like blackmailing and shit
Yeah.
like that.
Try to find out where Epstein got his money from. It fucking gets weird quick, man. How did the guy become a billionaire? It gets weird.
Or wasn't from like a Macy's guy who's
Yeah,
from
he's like,
Ohio.
no,
or-
the
Victoria's
the
Secret.
Victoria's
That's what I
Secret
meant.
guy. Okay, so that guy just gives you the money and says, hey, go be a
Yeah, because I
financial
think
advisor.
that guy is hooked up in fucking like with pedophilia and shit like that too. So I'm telling you, I think there's a predilection thing where there's like a, you know what I mean? There's like then
Maybe.
and they're saying the same thing about they're saying the same shit with Diddy.
I don't. It's impossible
Yeah, I
for
guess
me to
it's all
say.
fucking maybes,
but
but like I'm just trying to ascertain
To me, it's power.
what.
Like, what is pedophilia? Right? Pedophilia. At the end of the
No,
day,
that's touching
it's-
kids.
No, I hear you, but like what is it? Are they actually attracted, or is it the power? Do they get off on the power? Do they get off on, you watched? I remember when I was preparing for the Scrappy and Ryan episode, and watching these guys, and they're like, it was their innocence. It was their innocence. It was the power. And it's like, yeah, what do you find? What do you
I
find
didn't hear him say
attractive?
power. I heard him say innocence.
Well,
I think there's a. I gotta assume there's a difference.
between.
Power and being sexually attracted to something.
I think people can get addicted to power. I think.
And I'm not saying no to that, but I
Yeah.
just think we're talking about more than one thing here. Does that make sense?
Maybe. But also, there's no like disincentive. Once it's like a cop getting bribed. You accept one bribe, you're done forever. You might as well just accept every bribe because you're done. They own you.
The more bribes you accept, the more likely you're gonna get caught.
Are you?
More likely, yeah. More spaghetti
Maybe.
on that wall.
Maybe. But if you say no, they can just out you. At
For
what
a
point do you say
previous
no?
bribe?
Yeah, they got you.
Oh, you're saying you keep accepting the bribe from that one person. I thought you're like,
Yeah.
all right, I take a bribe from him, I take a bribe from him, I take a bribe from him.
It's once you take it from the
yeah,
one guy.
then
That
they're
guy's
probably,
got
then
you
they're probably
forever.
in there. Yeah, yeah.
Forever.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
So I mean, like with these guys, it's like yeah, you go down to the fucking Epstein Island once, and they got you. So now, fucking, I ask you to come down again. What are you gonna tell me? No.
Right.
We need to talk business. Come down here.
Yeah.
I got shit
got
I
you
need
on
you to
that.
do. You know.
Yeah, I got you on that. I'm with you. I'm just trying to say where's the impetus of it, or is that is that the right word? The beginning of it. Where's the catalyst?
I really think you're underestimating how much these people get off on fucking being powerful, on being special, on being able to do things everybody else can't do. They're special people. They deserve this. You understand? They're the elites. We're the peasants. Of course I can. Look at Anthony Weiner. He barely even feels bad for what he did. He's like, I was gonna be mayor of New York. He feels like where he fucked
Like
up.
he was screwed.
Yeah, is like I had this whole life in front of me and I threw it away. And it's like, yeah, that's not what you did wrong. That's not the bad part.
Well,
here.
he went down for the sending the dick pics, but he's involved in some other shit that hasn't been proved. That's why he's out
Correct.
walking the streets, right?
Correct.
And the shit that he's accused of is
is
that Pizzagate?
It's only rumor. Yeah, well, now you're getting into crazy shit that'll get us definitely taken off. But the rumors are, and I've personally heard this from people who are in.
In what?
I personally heard this. 700 viewers, cool. And we got restricted after that. All right, so the
Say Pizzagate, and they take you down,
how quick was that?
bro. But like,
How quick was that?
yeah, I know, but like, what? Why are you covering shit up?
How quick?
Why
is
are
that?
you hiding? What is your fucking agenda? Phone?
How quick was that?
What was that? TikTok?
How quick was
What's
that?
your fucking agenda? Why can't people
Is
talk about that
Is that
shit?
nuts? How quick was that?
Right as he said that, the thing went down. Come on. You said what? 500 them? 500?
600?
600?
No, 695. Let me see.
No, you said 700. Fucking motherfucker. I'm talking about government, dummy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah,
That-
you're so in your
Uh-oh,
fucking-
it was 700 viewers. Oh, no. I know
So
exactly
if
who
your
it was.
viewers could, yeah, you
Oh,
know.
no.
Yeah.
They're on to us. Thanks for
Yeah.
watching, AOC. I love you, baby. Yeah, dude. You ask a great question, and it burns me. I wish I had the answer. I really do. I don't even know. Not only do I not know how these guys are like getting there, I don't know who's at the top. You know, like who's coordinating this? Who's the tip of the spear here?
That's what I'm trying to ascertain.
It's
Brother.
definitely high money. It's definitely the big money guys. I mean, we've allowed tech companies to become more powerful than nations. Very dangerous. Like Mark Zuckerberg, George Soros, Bill Gates, they're more powerful than probably everybody on earth except for maybe 4 world leaders. Like outside of the United States, Russia, China, maybe Germany and Britain, like those guys can command anybody else to do anything on earth, you know? So there's no accountability there. There's no accountability to the citizens. There's no accountability to their neighbors. And apparently what happened with Anthony
Apparently.
Weiner is Weiner,
Anthony Weiner.
Tony Weiner over here. Apparently what happened with him is that like
Apparently.
what was on his laptop was so disgusting, guys actually had to leave the room and throw up, and that's the whole
on Homeboy's laptop.
yeah, and that was the whole like James Comey.
Well, it must have been probably fucking like dead kids or.
Well, it worked in the
or
other direction.
doing other, like,
James Comey, who was the director of the FBI at the time, came out. Remember?
Comey 2012.
Comey 2012. He came out and talked about Hillary Clinton right before, and they blamed him for swinging the vote for Trump because of basically bringing. But apparently he was almost blackmailed.
I remember when Trump beat Hillary.
Yeah.
I was in Canada training at TriStar. I just got over like really bad food poisoning or something. And I just remember laughing so hard when it happened. I never in a million years thought he would win. I didn't vote. Like I was in like I'm you know me. I was even more apolitical. What I mean, this is the kind of the most political I've even been. But it's I'm still not that learned. But I just remember laughing so hard. I just thought it was so funny.
I would.
I thought it was so funny. I remember seeing the outrage.
Yeah.
And then people were like, no.
If I can go back, if I can go back in time and like be anywhere, like and just watch anything, that would be in the top 5 for sure. Being in her room as she found out, so she was being followed.
She
for
just must have been like, fuck.
No. So she was being this footage exists somewhere because she was being followed by documentarians that were documenting
first female president.
Exactly, and apparently she went ballistic. But like the only way people can describe it is, have you ever seen that Hitler meme where Hitler asked people to leave the room and then just like scream like
99999.
Yeah.
She went ballistic and was dropping hard R's, blaming Obama. That N-word that N-word didn't campaign for me
Really?
not one damn day. Like,
Damn.
yeah, dude.
Damn.
Apparently, that's the rumor.
Apparently.
You know, we're doing nothing but spreading misinformation around these parts. But yeah, dude.
Whoa.
I would be sitting there. I'd be sitting there watching that going, like this. I would just, oh God, this is so great. This is
For the audio listeners, Gerard's pulling his pud.
I'm pulling his.
Do it again. And she squeezes the remote control to dust in her hands with Trump out there. Cook it, Hillary.
Yeah.
Thought she'd win.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude. You know,
If Gerard could go back to any time in history, that'd be it.
it's top 5. It's top 5. What would you go? If you go back to any time in history to see any event, you got 1 hour. You got 1 hour and a place. Where are you going?
Oh, I don't know, Gerard.
You can't watch yourself, goddammit. He's like, I'd like to go back to one of my fights and see what you guys see from the outside.
Guys, Gerard's pulling his pud, acting like me, acting like I'm pulling my pud to me. He's making a narcissism joke.
Where would you go? What would you do?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd have to think that through. Christian, you got anything?
I told Gerard this like a week ago. I don't know if I can say it on air though. Back when
shoot.
you were
Oh. Go ahead. I don't care.
Back when Gerard was drinking and drugging.
Yeah. My time would be back when Gerard was 400 pounds with long hair doing cocaine, broke as fuck.
It was a good time. It was a good time. Shout out to my boy Catfish Cooley, wherever you are. I hope you're well, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Miss you, buddy. Yeah, I think probably I'd want to go to the Coliseum, and I'd want to see like a bear versus a lion in the Roman Coliseum. Although I tell me that wouldn't be dope.
Yeah.
They had bears and lions, huh?
Well, yeah. How cool are the fucking Romans? They're sitting there drinking. They're like, they're ex fucking
Roman
military.
times would be cool. There'd be cool shit.
Like
to
when
see.
I was stationed in Germania, we had these giant bears, and they can kill anything. They're the biggest things you've ever seen. They're so fast. They've got knives for hands, I tell you.
Yeah.
And then there's another guy who's like, that's nothing. I was stationed in Africa. They have these giant cat dogs with long hair and knives for hands, I tell you. No, my German hand knife would kill your desert hand knife. No, my desert. Fuck it. I'll go get one. You
Let's
go
do
get
it,
one.
yeah.
We'll see you in the Coliseum.
Yeah, see you in a year.
Yeah. Right? You've got to keep
Wanna
them
go
alive.
catch one,
Yeah.
put it in a cage, and fucking
And then there's someone from that was stationed in Syria was like, and we have these things called Christians and Jews. You're going to love them. They're not going to do well against the Lions, but it's going to be fun.
Hey, if you think those Spirit Airlines seats are bad, wait till you see what the Coliseum seats are built like.
Can you
buddy.
imagine?
Yeah.
Can you
You been
imagine
there?
what the smell in that place would have been?
Oh,
Can you imagine?
I think if you ever go back in history and get hit with a waft of smell, you're gonna be like, oh sheesh, ah.
Oofa.
You know what I mean? That's
Whoa.
not gonna be very bueno.
Wow.
Yeah, I think we're very spoiled by
You
by the pleasant sense.
you
of
find
this world.
yourself a hot Roman filly, and
woman.
you
or
go,
not
yeah.
A horse.
yeah,
Okay.
a full woman, not a
Like,
horse.
so we're talking animals.
You know,
and
maybe
beasts
I don't know.
here.
It's
I don't
Rome.
what
You know, who cares? Bohemian Rome. You know, well, yeah. You find yourself a nice hot Roman chick. You know, Helena Troy,
Right.
and you know she's just some portly, pasty 14-year-old broad with rotten teeth. You know, not no way of
You think
kemping herself.
everybody was kind of gross back then?
I do, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, you're pretty much all natural with the whole, like, you don't do a whole lot of the whole deodorants and stuff.
I don't do any deodorant. I
Yeah.
don't wear deodorant.
Yeah,
Luckily, I'm not a stinky guy, but also, if you like wear, but I also like live clean. If I did a bunch of drinking, like,
Mhm.
and then I like do a bunch of sweating, I could like smell like that. I don't smell as good. You know what I mean?
So they drank. They're, you know.
Right, but I think
They're
but I-
working in
but-
the
bro. But
fields.
here's the thing, man. They don't have all these bullshit chemicals in them that we're eating. We eat a lot of poison.
Yeah, they're drinking out of rivers that people are pissing and
We
shitting
eat a
in
lot of
up
poison.
river. We do. But
You
we
know?
also, manscape and female scape. There's gonna be a lot of things to navigate in the olden times. You know.
Right.
You know. I mean, how do you think? You think the old there was no?
I wonder if that's why they have like all those like religious like rules about it.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's like someone was like, "Oh, that's awful." Oh, like don't do it.
No. Nope. Oh God. Ah.
Only do it this time through a sheet and like.
Don't look at it. You don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
That's happened here a few times.
Is that right?
It's happened to you?
Shit.
You got some stankers?
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear
Really?
about it.
I don't want to talk about it. It's
Sensitive
very,
to smells? I'm
it's
sensitive to smells.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've had one time where I had to just call
80,
it.
I had it too
86
down here actually. I
down
had it
here.
down here.
Yeah.
What do you mean call it?
I had
Gotta
to
call
just
You're just like,
call it.
I
I was
got
like,
a
I don't know.
Nah, bro.
I
You
don't
go
have a
say,
condom.
say no. You stink. Go get in the fucking shower.
I
That's how
can't
you're
do
gonna present yourself. You gotta
that. Absolutely.
let them know.
That's how you.
That's
just
what
like,
you'd have
get
to
in the
do.
fucking shower. Get in the bathroom.
Yeah. Like, what's wrong with you?
Get in the
That's what you
bathroom.
should do.
I don't know, man. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, man. It's a real tough one. It's all like, it's like real fish and chippy.
Ugh, don't remind me.
Yeah, man.
It's really bad. It was
Why-
really bad.
It's not great. Fried food over there. Yeah, I think probably anything before really the 1880s, 1870s is probably just absolutely repulsive.
I bet. Yeah. I mean,
Repulsive.
people still be smelling bad.
Yeah, dude.
Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
We got hand sanitizer everywhere. It still stinks around
People
these
still
parts.
stink.
Yeah. Indoor plumbing wasn't really that thing. They would just piss in the stairwells. That was,
Yeah, well, this is a sad ending to the podcast, just thinking about bad smells.
What do you think? Like, what do you think? You think it would be good?
I think you're more nose blind to everything. I think if we went back,
Yeah.
yes, it would be probably atrocious.
Yeah.
But I think you don't see the history books people complaining about this fucking stench.
What do you think people from the year 21, 24 are going to be saying about us? Like, if they look back in the history books, what do you think these people are going to look at us and say?
That's a great fucking question.
Like if you think
I
about the
couldn't
year
imagine.
1924, if you think of the year 1924, what do you think?
What do we think of them?
Yeah, like what do you think of the year 1924? First, I think they had great style. The Roaring Twenties, got to bring that back.
The flappers and stuff.
Yeah, the dudes with the pinstripes.
Yeah, you like
suits.
the.
Was it
like the
colder
fits?
back then? Because everybody was in suits always.
Yeah, they're not sweating their balls off
what
all the
heck?
time.
You see those old pictures colorized in New York, and it's like, man, this place looks great.
Yeah.
These guys look fantastic.
Yeah,
Are they
they're
not?
all very spiffy.
They go to the ballpark. Everybody's in a suit with a hat.
Yeah.
I'm like, did nobody sweat back then? Like what the, like what?
Yeah. And that's the thing, like going, like
They're all
you
thin.
drove
They're
to
all
you
thin.
drove to Nashville
Yes.
to avoid planes.
I
It
did.
took me 3 planes to
Yeah.
get one flight, 2 cancel
Yeah, dude.
flights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everybody's having all these problems at the airlines.
Yep.
That used to be a place where like it was like a special thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's trash, bro.
Oh, it's garbage.
It's trash.
Yeah, it used to be cool to fly. You got excited to fly. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
You go
Now it's
dress
like, my
nice and like
God
people are gonna
almighty.
talk to you nicely. You know what I mean?
Man, TSA's nasty.
I kill them with kindness. Bad. I kill them
Yeah?
with kindness. Bad. I chat them up. Oh, I kill them with kindness.
You gotta make a good communist. When the communists finally win,
I
you're gonna
chat
be
them
good.
up.
Hey, comrade, great day to be a part of the commune. Sure do love giving all my stuff to somebody else to spend. It's fantastic.
So where are you doing your comedy show tonight?
I'm doing Sad Man. I'm gonna drop in at 10.
Drop in a sad man.
Sad Man. Sad Man. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, man. So we'll do another one of these tomorrow or early next week,
Sounds good to me,
something
bro.
like that.
Sounds good to me. I know we have a bunch of people been asking me to come on. We got a backlog of guests. We
Yeah,
gotta
we
get
got a
it figured
bunch of
out.
guys. I want to get. I'm excited to get Donovan People-Jones have been here.
Okay.
Detroit Lions wide receiver.
Very cool.
Guy I train with
Love to
every
talk
day.
to him. What he thinks of this whole Stefan Diggs drama going on with him
Yeah.
and Josh Allen.
Oh, and speaking of Allen, Brendan Allen's fighting tomorrow night,
Yep.
and our boy Christos.
Christos
Spartan.
Yagos.
Christos Spartan fighting tomorrow night. Make sure you check him out. Yeah, our boy Teal's going tonight. He's fighting tonight for LFA. I
Awesome.
think. And
Awesome.
yeah, man. So throw some money on the Kill Cliff duo, little Kill Cliff parlay. Brendan Allen in the main event. Christos Yagos. Go make that money
Hell yeah. Oh,
wherever you want.
yeah. If betting were legal, I tell you, I would have made a real pretty penny. As soon as everybody got thrown out of the game for after the line brawl,
Yeah.
I immediately, or I would have if it was legal, I would have put a lot of money on the over for the game because there was only 4 defensemen for either team,
Okay.
and it would have hit. It would have hit big. So
Oh yeah.
I want to tell people before we leave. I want to do a crypto episode. If we're not going to do it on Slick and Thick, I'll do it on Gerard versus Evil because there's something called the halvening that's happening
Right.
in 15 days. And this isn't legal advice whatsoever. I'm not qualified to give it, but I think this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make a big score here, a digital gold rush in the next 2 weeks. So
That's
we'll
a good
talk
little
about that.
teaser. All right, bro. Take us out, Big G.
Hey, for the great Mickey Gall on the comeback trail,
Uh,
our boy Chris Perello
that's
over
gonna
there.
be again June 1st.
June
Newark,
1st.
New Jersey, at the Prudential Center.
Yeah, be there
UFC 302.
or regret it for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's gonna be a movie.
Yeah. I'm Gerard
All right, guys.
Michaels. Check me out next Thursday at Sad Man Comedy Club, and then I got a bunch of other shows coming up too. Love y'all. Check you
Love
next
you guys.
time.